Alright, welcome back guys to another trade recap video. Yeah, today was a bit, well, it wasn't really that difficult. It was just a couple more psychological kind of habits that happened today again. I just want to go over trade recap today because as much as this has been somewhat of a bumpy ride. Crap, sticking the ears too low. I was doing that. Okay, sorry. Oh wow. Yeah, so this has been somewhat of a bumpy ride. Up down, because the initial account balance, well, I got it to 1,500, but back lower, etc. As you can see. So I've got here 392, 486, 353. I think the predominant goal I want to get this to is with 1,700, then take a 500 withdrawal at this point, because it is really chaotic this last month of the year, and December is known for that as well. But mainly I just want to go over these trades today, and I'll be real, today wasn't really the best performing in terms of days, meaning I myself didn't perform that good, and I could have performed a lot better in these trades, like a lot more better. Like most of these are, like this one for example, I should not even really have taken, but I took it anyways, and I actually mentioned how I didn't even want to trade before the before the 2:30. Just upload that video, sorry. I was just revising something else as well. Anyways, also mentioned how I didn't want to trade before the equity open, or I just want to trade close to equity open, which would be 225. I didn't really follow that through, and I actually ended up trading at 2 p.m, which led to a string of a couple of losses. Quite unfortunate, because everything I did journal today was actually correct. It was just the actions taken that were a bit impulsive, I guess. But anyways, I'm not gonna correct that, no more of that anyways. This is mainly just trade recap. So as you can see, the economic calendar, we have literally not much news for Tuesday. It's Tuesday, right? Yeah, 2nd December. So on Tuesday they actually had no news. They added this randomly. I didn't see this the day before. And I'm pretty sure there was less news than this. Like, this is quite a lot of news added. There wasn't like this much news before, but anyways, before it was just yellow folders, all I saw, and I saw this Fed share Powell. I think they added this and this. All in all, it would be a low volatility day whenever they do days like this, with these less news pretty much, and I already knew that would be the case, so I missed out my usual 7 a.m. session, which is the 12 p.m. UK time. And my initial analysis was actually right here, which was, sorry, oh, they made a gap, quite a decent gap. Alright, so my initial analysis was actually right here, which was the M30 op, and it was mainly, I was mainly aiming for this opening range gap, and initially I wanted to see overnight if they would make a seller program and they would continue that pretty much. They did kind of do that here, but then the London session they reversed it, and it kind of just looked like it would want to take these highs. I woke around 9 o'clock and eventually they did take those highs, and I did mention, and if they do take these highs, it's highly likely they will come for the NYM high and the opening range gap consequent encouragement, because they missed it last week, and they should have really taken it 3 weeks ago, but they didn't do that. So yeah, pretty much. And I had this order block marked out as well, a H4 order block. Currently I'm having a bias update, probably do in a bit, but it does look a bit bullish, I'll be real. They still left quite a lot of sell side below. But anyways, looking at this as the bias, it was actually bullish I wanted to go for today. However, I did end up entering the initial sells, around 230, which was right here, and I entered it right off of, I think it was this order block right here. I don't know if this is the order block, but check. No, it's somewhere else then. This right here. Yeah, so it will be this one, I'm thinking. What I'm telling you actually. Yeah, sorry, it would be this whole area right here, and this, and PDRA right there. Wait, that's not right. Huh. Oh, sorry, it's right here. Yep, there you go. So initially at 12 PM, I actually did give the model, which was right here. And at 12 PM I could have entered short right here, which was, came above it, came lower, 60, equalized, somewhat respected, and it caught this nice move, but I didn't enter at 7 AM, I wasn't even interested. And it wasn't even much of a move anyways. I think ICT took this, I don't know. But after that we had this low volume, and this was not really a probable move because the sell side was already swept. The move already was done, and usually with mean threshold OBs, you will usually test it once, and this would be like the inducement, and then it will do it again, come back above it, and then that would be the real move or whatever. Of course, it wasn't like a big move in this case because the bias is bullish, but this was the main move. As you can see, the initial entry was indeed right here. And why would you enter this? Because up here I did miss this initial 60, so I did want to get in on this before, and there was minus sell side right here. Now I'm not going to say in any case this would take these lows, because this was actually not really a good setup. Why? Because looking back at this setup, if I actually go back in the like this, there's not really any high time frame alignment, and even with this the 1 minute doesn't have a proper CB, and 30 second just looks like buy side. It just looks really ugly, to be honest. The more correct setup would have been above here, catching from the 30 second with the 1 minute alignment, and looking at the 2 minute if it can make an imbalance right here. So then that'll tell you you're bearish, and you can actually get a decent entering, say from there even. And something I realized is with mean threshold OBs, not like this is not a mean threshold, but with the mean threshold OB itself, it's a very sensitive area. So 30 second, as in seconds time frame alignment with the 1 minute, is perfectly allowed. So like to get more sniper entries, you would want to get it from somewhere like the mean threshold OB, or like and it would be the first touch you want to get on, even the second touch, but it's only the first and second touch that are prominent. But anyways, it does give 2R, it does give a total of 3R to the sell side. So that could have been the move I got in at, but actually got right in there. Then I tried to get into 50% retracement. Did I go so well? Took the highs. Another reason this was a great trade was because as much as this was the inducement, and you can still enter on inducement so long as you know what you're doing, and you got higher time frame alignment, you got rules and everything, and you're entering from the first 60. The reason this retracement don't work because there's equal highs right here. That's just equal highs now. As you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4. It did not take this high out, so it took it out here. And what did it do here? It took this high out, and then it took this high out again. So that's just basically making this a very dominant high. And then what ended up happening was, because I was bullish, I ended up actually chasing these buys higher towards the previous daily high, which was my bias over the opening range gap, constant encouragement, and it did actually pan out. And why didn't this work? Because it's not in a discount. We can ignore this. This is sell side. This is actually the range low to high, and yeah, it could come here as well, but just for bloody scenario's sake, I guess. In this range, did come to optimal trade entry, took out this low, don't know if it came to that ARB, it did not come to that ARB, but it did come to this busy in a discount. And when I saw these buys were wrong, I actually reversed the buys to sells. But as you can see, it accumulated for quite a while, and usually around the equity open I want to see my moves be really quick, because usually a lot of volatility comes in. It wasn't the case here. At 225 it did happen quite quick, so realistically I should have actually, because I entered at 210 macro, I should have anticipated and waited for the move till, or anything to happen till 230. But at that time I didn't really have it journaled or anything. It was more of just a, not an impulsive trade, but if I had this journal I probably would have held it till 230. And when I say journal I mean like using Telegram or whatever like that. But anyways, yeah, as you can see, it did this, and then you can see at 225, this is when I usually like to actually get in on low volatility days, because 225 always makes a liquidity injection, whether it's higher or lower. It's like usually the Judas move for the 230 equity open, and this was the Judas swing. I do happen to catch quite a lot of Judas swings as well. But anyways, this would have been the much better entry to enter right here, 225, or anticipate this as the ST. I'd have a stop loss there. I'd probably have it here though. And then if you entered there, you can see stop loss there. It would have given just about 2R right there. Very nice. But what ended up happening here was it was just taking too long, and then I saw this happen, phantom, and I was just too married to that bullish bias. But I was actually unaware of the discount that this did not come into. As you can see, it wasn't in a discount yet, so I should have really had my ranges marked out as well. And it was just a bit of a newbie mistake, because there was sell side here, phantom there pretty much, and the phantom got raided, then it went higher. So it was a bit of a newbie mistake, I could say. This move here, this buy, like say I was to take the buys and actually did wait, I likely would have not taken these buys anyways, because they're just too, they don't really got much of a PD array, and I would have preferred this sell side bull to be taken at least as well, and more discount kind of buy like this one. Yeah, it's much better. You see we've got no efficiency in there, but I would take the retracement for this buy. And as ICT says, you have every trader has the unicorn setup. Ideally this is my unicorn setup. I would have entered the breakout, get in right here at 50% retracement right there, and if it's made a SysD like this, it's consecutive down close candles gone up, and if it's made a first presented FEG, which is within the 50% retracement, and it's within a discount as well, and the bias is bullish and it has opposing liquidity, that to me is a unicorn setup. What you should do is you should put the stop there, and this would have been a really proper move for the day. This would have been the only move to take for the day, to be honest. But as you can see, it hits it nicely and goes higher. That's all you need really. And or you could even take this one right here as well, which is right there, and 2R right there, easy. But yeah, this was just a quick recap on well, more or less an underperformed day, and the equity curve has just been really uncanny. It's just been really like up and down, up and down, up and down, not really going anywhere. And I realize in break even moments, the best thing to do really is just lock in profits. So that's what I'm going to be doing for the next couple of days, is lowering this maximum drawdown. I've actually already decided to lower that 250, but lowering this maximum drawdown, which I'm going to lock out now, 250, and going in lower risk and just aiming for smaller kind of days, whether that be $100 on the day or 150 or even 200 if I can get it. But yeah, because the market conditions right now are not as favorable, and it does seem like it's reversing, but you should understand is, if you go to the regular trading hours and you look at the opening range gaps, this one got filled by an ES. An ES. As you can see, the consequent encouragement did not get hit, quite a big gap, and in Dow, the consequent encouragement also did not get hit. But even if you look in NQ again, it's not just that gap, it's also this one, and this one was from 2 weeks ago, and nothing got filled in here. Same with Dow. As you can see, nothing got filled in here, or wait, is that interesting. Wait, what? Thank you. Yeah, 20%. Okay, so Dow did fill it in, but let's see ES. And ES, I don't think it filled in fully though. Yeah, ES did fill it in fully, like it do constant encouragement. So that's 2 indexes that have left opening range gaps below, and 2 of them, aside from NQ, have also left. So it's got 2 unfilled opening range gaps below. And if you look at the NQ again, there's a bunch of sell side session lows, lunch low, Asia low, and equity open low. And I think there's a bit of unfinished business below, like that could come for. If it does, it does. Simple as that. But yeah, so we'll see what happens. And this was again a quick little recap. Till tomorrow. Be safe.